I just take away from the situation when we all got traded, like, we all could have really just folded and realized, like, all right, it's going to be tough. 3 different teams, halfway in the season, trying to learn something. And habits, like, that's the biggest thing, is always habits. And, you know, when you're tired, times get tough, you always go back to your habits and what you're taught. So you got to, like, remember, like, oh, shoot, like, oh, we do this now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we do this now. It's even like with language and lingo, like, there's different terminology that teams use, and you might get messed up, and that's part of it. We had no training camp. And it was tough. Like, that shit was tough. But now, like, having our core values and coming in and, you know, getting ready for preseason, what Coach Jock and them are going to have us doing. We have a time where it's like preseason stuff. That's when shit gets real. That's when you really get through it, and that's when you go through them battles and stuff like that. And I don't know about y'all. I'm super stoked and I'm ready, bro. You got me amped up.
Mic'd up. You could put this on.
It's gonna be very casual if you need to stop at any point.
Okay, cool.
Looks like it's pretty much the same group. I mean, lost a couple guys. How much can you gain from the experience you had together now at training camp going into next year?
It's gonna be fun, you know. No, I never really got to compete against none of them. You know what I'm saying? I call that going to war. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even battled with them yet. You know what I'm saying? How I'm gonna go to war with somebody if I ain't battled with them yet? No, I mean, shit, I gotta talk trash to my teammates too to see how they gonna respond.
Continuity is big in basketball, period. So going into the fall with this group that is familiar, is comforting, because when we were thrown into Brooklyn, we were just boom.
There was no time to practice. We were just like, you keep playing games, you had to learn through games. You had to learn through mistakes playing the game. Now, like, we're all gonna be on one page. There's no side thinking about what you used to do or where you just came from. It's just all just straight Brooklyn and nothing else.
So the opportunity to go and establish our culture and establish the way we're gonna play and put our foundation in is something that I think as a group we're gonna take a lot of pride in.
It's a new iteration of this team. I just sense that there's more collaboration now. There's a little bit more openness within this team, and maybe just the way Mikal Bridges is and Cam Johnson is, just their ways. But they like their group and they like what they have, and there might be a spirit here of some sort that can catch on and make them a really fun watch. It's intriguing, it really is, and how it all comes together, I think, is going to be one of the more interesting questions in the Eastern Conference.
I'm on it, I'm here. By yourself, buddy.
It's super competitive right now, just because everybody trying to prove that they belong, everybody trying to show this is why I should be able to play, but iron sharpens iron.
We wanted to acquire guys and keep guys that have a chip on their shoulder, something to prove, and I think that's what we've seen so far. It's been loud, it's competitive, and I think that's exactly fits with JV's mold of what he's wanting to achieve during training camp. So to have all these guys come in here, fight for positions, fight for minutes and so forth is a number one goal for us.
Better go somewhere. I'll put my in jail. Not for the game, you crazy, man. You crazy.
Through that competitive nature, that edge, it builds your identity. And the chemistry off the court is already great. I mean, we're a great group of guys as far as character and personality, so I think it's a lot easier to transition onto the court with these guys, being able to have fun and play.
If you can get him early, get him early. We need to contest. No matter who's shooting, we're going to be contesting.
If you're in that slot right here, just cut. Because that man just standing the whole time.
Lonnie, I got you.
It's a lot of information being thrown at us, but, we're just taking it day by day, learning, and just trying to absorb as much information as fast as we can.
Run your group, man. Run your group. Let's go. Defense on 3. 1, 2, 3. Defense.
The benefit of this camp of preseason is to come up with game plans that suit us, strategies that suit us offensively and defensively, and then just overall how we're going to play. And I anticipate that we'll be a team that just wants to play harder than most. And I know a lot of people say that this time of year. I happen to think that we mean it.
Always sleep like a baby on this flight.
Come on now. First trip.
It's on.
Make sure I get my little bro, man. Make sure I get my little brother, all right?
Long flight, 5.5 hours. I love that those guys were able to connect and be with each other on the plane, and also how we spend time with each other, whether it's having meals with each other, whether it's shooting after practice right now. I think when you just go to a different environment, you can lean on each other. So that part of it hopefully pays some dividends.
Do not condone this, man. All ways possible, bro. When you get hurt, you gotta find a way to get on the court, bro. That's what it's all about. Passion. He's looking like Hancock. Don't condone this, man.
Way to compete. Way to get some out of that.
Way to compete, yo.
Family on 3. 1, 2, 3.
I really want this team to be known for playing hard, and that starts now. I do want to see our guys on both ends of the floor just relentlessly go after every single ball, be in a position to give for their teammates, and so that starts now.
We have a roster of guys that are hungry. We have a roster of guys that are willing to get better, and everybody's capable of taking a step. I think we're going to surprise a lot of people, and I think by the end of the season we'll be known as one of the hardest playing teams in the NBA that has a very unique style of physicality and just awareness of the game.
I think we're going to be a gritty team. We're going to be a team that people don't want to play against. If we clean up the rebounding piece, there's no reason that we shouldn't be the best defensive team in the league, especially with the guys we have, the versatility we got.
I can't wait. I think it's kind of scary when you have multiple guys on the floor that can guard 1 through 5, but that's just going to lead to pace and transition. So it's exciting to have guys on the floor that are very talented in that area.
We'll see how this team grows together, what Mikal can do more with the basketball, the versatile lineups that we can have. And so hopefully at the end of the day, we're turning some of that versatility and length from the defensive end of the floor into some offense also.
We have a lot of great guys, and we're just young. It starts with Bridges, who finished the season terrifically, Cam Johnson, who was a terrific shooter, and also Ben. And when you have players like those who are very unselfish and have great personalities and characteristics, it allows, other players and new players to kind of adapt and adjust a lot easier.
It's a new role, and I think it's just that time where you just keep growing as a person and a player. But how I'm raised and where I came from, a lot of things I've been through, I just feel like I'm ready for the moment, and kind of always been.
We've been really trying to lean into be competitive. There's one word for our group. I think our guys have been very talkative, which is a good thing also, but it's born out of the competitive nature of pushing each other, getting the most out of our group. And I think that's a big part of who we have to be this year. A lot of parity in the league. On a nightly basis, you can win or lose, obviously. And our competitive nature will put us in games and give us a chance to win.